Hey Virgo, um, there's a current beneath your life right now. Invisible but undeniable, like an underground river carving new pathways through stone. Something has been set in motion that has its own momentum, its own direction, its own unstoppable force. And you're caught in that current in the best possible way. You're being carried toward something so aligned, so meant to be, so perfectly timed that when you look back months from now, you'll shake your head at how lucky you were to be exactly where you were when this wave arrived. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't generic good things are coming energy. This is specific. This is real. This is momentum that's already building, already moving, already bringing you closer to something incredible, whether you're aware of it or not. And the wild part, you can't stop it even if you tried. It's bigger than your doubt, bigger than your fear, bigger than your belief that good things don't happen to you. So let's explore this. What's in motion, why it can't be stopped, what luck actually means in this context, and what you need to understand about being swept up in something wonderful that you didn't orchestrate. Take what resonates here. This is about recognizing forces beyond your control working in your favor. You remain in control of your responses always. This is simply an invitation to stop fighting the current and let yourself be carried toward what's waiting. Um, Let me start by explaining what I mean by can't be stopped, because I'm not talking about fate or destiny in some rigid, predetermined way. I'm talking about the natural consequence of seeds you planted months or years ago finally breaking through soil, about energy you put into the world circling back to you multiplied, about the universe responding to who you've become, not who you were. And that response is already in motion, already heading towards you like a train that's left the station. You could try to avoid it. You could close yourself off, shut down, refuse to see the opportunities appearing. But even then, even with resistance, it would still touch you, still change something, still shift your trajectory. Because some things are simply meant to happen, not because they're written in stars, but because all the conditions have aligned perfectly. All the variables have converged. All the dominoes are falling in sequence. Now, let me talk about luck. Because you are lucky. Not in the random lottery ticket way, in the right place, right time, right person way, in the way that only happens when preparation meets opportunity, when who you've become intersects with what the world is offering, when your internal readiness matches external possibility. You've been preparing for this without knowing it. Every difficult experience that taught you something, every disappointment that redirected you, every moment you chose growth over comfort, all of it was building capacity in you to receive what's approaching, to recognize it when it arrives, to be ready for it in ways you weren't ready before. And now the timing is perfect. The universe has been watching you become someone who can handle this level of blessing, someone who won't squander it or sabotage it or let it pass through your life without taking root. And so it's releasing what it's been holding for you, what it couldn't give you earlier because you weren't ready, but you are now. Let me ask you something. Have you been feeling strange lately? Like your skin doesn't fit quite right? Like you're vibrating at a different frequency than everyone around you? like there's electricity in your bones that you can't explain. That's not anxiety. That's not restlessness. That's your system responding to incoming energy, to the momentum building, to the fact that something massive is approaching your reality. Some people can feel these shifts before they become visible, before they manifest in concrete form. It shows up as heightened intuition, as dreams that feel significant, as sudden knowing that something's about to change without being able to name what. If you've been experiencing any of that, consider it confirmation. This isn't in your head. It's real. It's coming. You know what I'm picking up on most strongly? Multiple streams converging. This isn't just one good thing happening. It's several elements aligning simultaneously to create something extraordinary, like separate threads weaving together into a tapestry you couldn't have designed, but that's more beautiful than anything you would have imagined. Career opportunities intersecting with personal growth, relationships deepening at the same moment, financial doors open, health improving while creative inspiration floods in. It's the convergence that makes this unstoppable because it's not dependent on one variable. It's supported by multiple forces all pushing in the same direction. So if one element faces obstacles, others compensate. The overall momentum continues regardless. Like a river finding its way to the ocean no matter what, rocks try to block its path. Let me slow down here because I need to address something important. When unstoppable momentum arrives, when luck lands in your lap, when good things start happening faster than you can process, it can be overwhelming. Your nervous system might not know how to handle it. You might actually feel more anxious during good times than you did during struggle, because struggle was familiar. Success, abundance, things working out, that's unfamiliar territory. So part of being lucky isn't just receiving the blessings, it's having the emotional capacity to let yourself enjoy them, to not immediately wait for disaster, to not sabotage what's good because good feels too vulnerable, to let yourself believe that yes, this is real, yes, it's happening to you, yes, you're allowed to have it. Let me paint you a picture of what this unstoppable momentum might look like as it unfolds. You wake up one morning and check your phone. There's a message, an email, a notification, something that makes your heart skip. Good news, unexpected but deeply welcome. And before you fully absorbed that, something else happens. Another piece clicking into place, another door swinging open, and it keeps going. Not all at once in one overwhelming flood, but in a steady cascade over days and weeks. Each thing building on the last. Each opportunity creating space for the next until you're standing in the middle of a life that looks dramatically different than it did 2 months ago. And you can trace it back to this moment, this momentum, this unstoppable current that picked you up and carried you somewhere you couldn't have gotten on your own. Drop a comment if you're already sensing this shift. If you've been feeling that something big is brewing, even though you can't see it yet, because I think many of you are on the edge of this, standing right at the threshold, 1 foot in the old reality, 1 foot in the new. And all you have to do is trust enough to lean forward You know what else I'm sensing? Specific areas where this unstoppable force is moving. For some of you, this is professional recognition arriving like a tidal wave. You've been doing work in obscurity, and suddenly people notice. Not just a few people, a lot of people. Opportunities multiplying faster than you can evaluate them, your name being mentioned in rooms you didn't know existed, things escalating so quickly you almost can't believe it's happening to you. For others, this is financial transformation. Not incremental improvement, but significant shift. Multiple sources of income activating simultaneously, debts resolving, investments paying out, unexpected windfalls from directions you weren't watching, the chronic stress of money loosening its grip on your throat so you can finally breathe without calculating every dollar. For some, this is relational magic. The right person appearing at exactly the moment you're ready for them, or someone already in your orbit revealing themselves as more than you realized. Connections deepening with speed that feels miraculous. Like the universe said, you've waited long enough for real love and just delivered it. No more games, no more confusion, just clear, mutual, undeniable connection. And for many of you, it's everything. Your entire existence reorganizing around a new center, multiple areas shifting at once in ways that feel coordinated even though you didn't coordinate them, like invisible hands rearranging your life into a configuration that serves you better than anything you could have designed yourself. Let's sit with this for a moment. What if you stopped questioning whether you deserve this? What if you just accepted that you're lucky? Not because you're better than anyone else, not because you've earned it through suffering, but because right now, in this moment, the conditions are perfect for good things to flood your life, and you're the recipient. You're the one standing in the path of the blessing. And instead of analyzing why or doubting it or waiting for it to be taken away, you just let yourself have it. What would that feel like? To receive without resistance, to let unstoppable momentum carry you without fighting the current, to trust that sometimes things just work out, not because you controlled every variable, but because the universe aligned them for you. Let me offer you practical guidance about navigating unstoppable momentum when it arrives. First, don't try to slow it down. Your instinct might be to pump the brakes, to manage the pace, to make it more comfortable. But this momentum has its own timing. Trust it. Even when it feels too fast, even when you're not sure you're ready, the speed is part of what makes it work. Second, say yes more than you say no. Opportunities are going to appear. Some will make sense, some won't immediately. But if something feels aligned, even if you don't understand why, trust that feeling. Say yes, take the meeting, make the call, accept the invitation. Let the momentum take you places your logic wouldn't. Third, stay grounded in your daily practices. When life accelerates, you need anchor points, routines that keep you steady while everything else swirls. Don't abandon the basics. Sleep, movement, nourishment, connection, the things that keep you sane. Because unstoppable momentum is exhilarating, but it can also be destabilizing if you have no foundation. Fourth, tell people what's happening. Share the good news. Let others celebrate with you. Don't hide your luck because you're afraid of jinxing it or making others jealous. Shared joy multiplies, and you're going to need people to help you process what's unfolding because it might move faster than you can integrate alone. Fifth, document it. Write down what happens as it happens because months from now, when you look back, you'll want to remember this: how it felt, what arrived, how quickly things changed. Having a record helps you believe it was real when your mind tries to minimize it later. Let me ask you one final question. What becomes possible when unstoppable momentum carries you somewhere you couldn't have gotten on your own? What doors open that you didn't even know were doors? What version of your life emerges that you hadn't imagined because you were too busy managing the version you had? Because that's what's waiting on the other side of this current. Not just better circumstances, but a completely different relationship with what's possible for you. A new baseline of what you expect from life. A deeper trust that you're supported. A knowing that luck isn't random. It's the universe responding to who you've become. Take what resonates from this reading, leave what doesn't, and remember that you remain in control of your openness, of your willingness, of whether you let yourself be carried or whether you fight the current. This can't be stopped. This momentum building beneath your life, this convergence of circumstances working in your favor, this luck that's not random but earned through every moment you chose to keep going. You are so lucky, not because good things fall in your lap for no reason, but because you're finally ready to receive what the universe has been wanting to give you all along. Trust your inner knowing, trust the strange feelings, trust the sense that something's coming. Trust that unstoppable doesn't mean uncontrollable. It just means inevitable. And what's inevitable for you right now is transformation, is elevation, is life working out in ways you'd given up hoping for. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying open despite disappointment. Thank you for being someone who can receive luck when it arrives instead of pushing it away. You're exactly where you need to be in the current, being carried, about to discover just how lucky you really are. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Stop fighting. Start flowing. And get ready for everything to change. Because it's already happening. And you can't stop it. Thank God.